we begin a discussion on an issue making headlines. Nearly a month after Minnesota local George Floyd died under the knee of a white police officer, protesters continue to take to the streets, not only in America, but across the Atlantic in Europe, calling for an end to police brutality based on race. The Black Lives Matter movement lives on because the issue is more than skin deep. People around the world are taking a stand against injustices and discrimination deeply rooted in society. To discuss this issue, we have joining us today Jared Clemons, a PhD candidate at Duke University studying the politics of racial justice, and Dr. Mark Shanahan, Associate Professor of Politics at the University of Reading in the UK. Now, my first question to you, Mr. Clemons. President Trump this week, he signed an executive order on policing to reduce racism, but there have been concerns that this only scratches the surface of the issue. What are your thoughts on this?
So I've actually read the executive order line by line, and what's striking to me is that there's no mention of the word racism whatsoever in the document, nor discrimination, nor prejudice, or anything of the sort that might indicate that this executive order is aimed at actually ameliorating the racial injustices faced by Black Americans, by Black Americans. And so I don't expect the executive order to do much of anything. If anything, I view it as more so just political posturing by Donald Trump, because he has faced so much criticism for not addressing racial inequality in America. And I think it's also worth mentioning that executive orders are only really effective to the extent to which the executive branches or the president is going to actually enforce those orders. And given the administration's tepid response towards racial inequality, I don't expect there to be much enforcement of the very limited degrees of the order anyway.
So it's really a shame that policies they're sometimes too superficial when all these issues they're deeply enrooted in people's lives. And well, Mr. Clemons, according to McKinsey, African Americans are twice as likely to live in COVID-19 infection hotspots, and nearly 40% are likely to have had their work hours or pay compromised, and some have even been made redundant over the course of the pandemic. How have such odds been weighed against Black people socially and economically in modern-day America? And why do you think that these social injustices and inequality remain to this day?
To really answer this question, I think you really have to couch everything in historical terms. So most people in America tend to think of race as just being a benign identification strategy, but that's not really right. The concept of race in itself is a way to identify certain or to subject certain individuals to a legal or a social or political double standard. And in America, those were individuals who were raised as Black. And so when we think about the stereotypes associated with being Black or the negative ideas of Blackness, these are tools that ultimately serve to discriminate individuals of ostensibly of a certain ancestry. So we shouldn't be surprised when we see these inequalities. And in fact, in America, they've become normative. And so what we really should be asking ourselves is not why the system is failing, but rather, why was the system actually set up in a way to lead to these outcomes?
Well, Dr. Shanahan, the Black Lives Matter movement, it's made its way across the Atlantic to Europe, where thousands in the UK are also taking to the streets to protest against racial discrimination as well as police injustices. How is the movement resonating with people there?
I think people were very shocked over here to see what was happening in the United States. We're now, 4 years post-Obama, and you still have a society that is so deeply biased in favor of white America. And I guess it's made us look at our history rather more closely over here. We're a post-colonial country, 86% white. The BAME population, Black, Asian, and minority ethnic, is about 14% or so. And we do have racial and social injustice in this country. There are a group of white English people predominantly who are fueled by nostalgic nationalism and look back to what they see as the glory years of the United Kingdom. Younger people perhaps more liberal, are seeing it in a very different way. And there has been a great deal of unity of the young coming out in support of equality, in support of backing away from racist tendencies in this country, and picking on some of the aspects of our history that really need to be rediscovered. You look at those statues being rolled along. We've had that in the UK. Colston being tipped into the river in Bristol at the weekend, a slave trader. A lot of Britain's wealth was built on that, and it is time that we took another look at our history and looked at it perhaps from the basis of our colonial heritage not being the greatest aspect of this country.
Well, much of the public has spoken up, and what has been the response by authorities in the UK? How are they addressing this?
Tepidly, in some ways. It was quite interesting that our populist neoliberal government, first of all, decided to protect statues and looked at introducing legislation that was about giving longer prison sentences to people who attacked symbols of idolatry. They seem to have rolled back a little bit on that. Now it's very interesting at a different level. Oxford University have tonight made the decision that they're going to remove a statue of Cecil Rhodes, one of the great African colonial figures, hugely divisive in this country. And it's small steps. It's small steps in recognizing that perhaps the era of empire is not all glorious.
Well, Mr. Clemons, racism is still seen by many as an act of, it's seen as an individual act of bad behavior rather than a structural problem. How do you hope that politicians will address this issue?
This is a great question, and most of our politicians still view racism as essentially being synonymous with prejudice. And so I'm reminded of a quote from one of my favorite historians. She's actually at Columbia University. Her name is Barbara Fields, and what she says is that racism isn't a state of mind or emotion such as intolerance or bigotry, but rather we should think about race as being a legal double standard that has historically subjected certain individuals, and in America, once again, those individuals are Black individuals to a lesser status in America. So we really have to think about really the legal systems, the social systems, the economic systems that have created these such a stratification in our society, in which we find large swaths of individuals relegated to lower social status simply because of their presumed ancestry. But until we really disconnect or disentangle prejudice from racism, and really, I don't think it's really possible to have these conversations about the structural nature of racism as long as the conversation is rooted in the interpersonal, and we're so focused on spotting the bad apples or identifying individuals based on their prejudice or their bigotry.
Well, how about you, Dr. Shanahan? The same question goes to you, really. How do you think this discussion should be directed?
I think, it should be directed in a slightly different way. I'd agree with my colleague in the States there. This is much more about creating equality in the workplace. It's about creating equality in housing. I'm an educator. I want to see far greater opportunity for all. And there are different kinds of inequality. Race is one. Just the social dynamics, getting more people from working class backgrounds into higher education. Education is the great springboards to make a massive difference. We are seeing it to a small extent in our country. There is, within our government, there are some senior BAME figures now playing leading roles in the government. We need more of this kind of role model for our BAME communities. But it is about creating the springboards that are going to take away from decades of inequity.
Well, maybe I'm being too optimistic here, but maybe this COVID-19 situation will give authorities a chance to address that and help people who are being hit disproportionately. I mean, especially with black people and people of other ethnic minorities as well, they tend to be overrepresented in sectors that are most negatively affected by COVID-19. So in terms of aiding recovery from this pandemic, what do you think can be done to actually help business owners and minority workers get back on their feet? I'd like to hear this from both of you, but why don't we go with you first, Mr. Clemons?
So I'm not really optimistic about what could happen politically in America right now, at least not at the federal level, but with the Trump administration. Even if you look at the stimulus bill that was proposed shortly after the pandemic really exploded in America, there were many people critiquing the administration for not doing more to address the needs of working class Americans. So while many of our overseas contemporaries were doing things like universal basic income or things of that nature, most Americans only received a one-time small payment of $1,200, which is in many communities well below rent. There were very little adjustments made to people's living conditions, or perhaps if they couldn't actually pay their rent. So there wasn't really enough that was done for working class Americans. And since obviously many working class Americans are also disproportionately Black Americans, that could have very well served to address both of those issues. But given this administration, I'm not optimistic that that can happen. Hopefully, we do obviously have an election looming, and so hopefully we can have an election in which we elect more leaders who are committed to actually addressing the working class. But given this administration, I'm not overly optimistic that we might see something in the near term.
Well, what do you think, Dr. Shanahan? How can authorities actually help minorities and Black people, not just in America, but in other societies as well, recover from this pandemic?
Sure. And we found in this country, and it's interesting that there's been a study on the BAME community that has been very much suppressed by our government, but there is a disproportionate effect. They tend to work more in the frontline jobs. They are more at risk from getting the pandemic, getting COVID at the moment. I think it starts and it ends with localism. Change is going to happen within communities. Communities are the people who support the local businesses, whoever those businesses are run by, and they have the opportunity to bring them back together. But we need localism funded. We need central government to send money to councils around the country to give them the budget to support local business, to create local growth. That local growth then will bubble up and help the recovery happen quicker.
And we've seen small signs of this happening, some support for local businesses owned by minority groups, and hopefully we'll see more of that. And I'm afraid we'll have to wrap up the discussion here, but it was great to hear your insights on this. Jared Clemons at Duke University in North Carolina and Dr. Mark Shanahan at the University of Reading, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We also wrap up the programme here today. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you back tomorrow.